Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot. Let's go to the New York Times, where they had a very interesting piece, sent to prison by a software program's secret algorithms. This is becoming more and more of a problem as we live in a Minority Report type of world. The police state, of course, reaches out. It's far more than just the militarization of the police. The surveillance state is off the chain. There's basically nothing that you do that isn't tracked at this point. Anyway, the New York Times posted a piece. It says, when Chief Justice John Roberts Jr. visited Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute last month, he was asked a startling question, one with overtones of science fiction. Shirley Ann Jackson, the president of the college in upstate New York, asked this: can you foresee a day when smart machines driven with artificial intelligence will assist with courtroom fact-finding, or more controversially even, judicial decision-making? The Chief Justice's answer was even more surprising than the question. Quote, "It's a day that's here," he said, "and it's putting a significant strain on how the judiciary goes about doing things." Now, he may have been thinking about the case of a Wisconsin man, Eric L. Loomis, who was sentenced to 6 years in prison based in part on a private company's proprietary software. Mr. Loomis says his right to due process was violated by a judge's consideration of a report generated by the software's secret algorithm, one Mr. Loomis was unable to inspect or challenge. Now, in March, it's in a signal that the justices were intrigued by the Loomis case. They asked the federal government to file a friend of the court brief offering its view on whether the court should hear this appeal. The report in Mr. Loomis's case was produced by a product called Compass, sold by North Point Incorporated. It included a series of bar charts that assessed the risk that Mr. Loomis would commit more crimes, a la pre-crime reports. The Compass report, a prosecutor told the judge, showed a high risk of violence, high risk of recidivism, and a high pretrial risk. The judge agreed, telling Mr. Loomis that you are identified through the Compass assessment as an individual who is a high risk to the community. The Wisconsin Supreme Court ruled against Mr. Loomis. The report added valuable information, it said, and Mr. Loomis would have gotten the same sentence based solely on the usable factors, including his crime, fleeing the police in a car, and his criminal history. Now, at the same time, the court seemed uneasy with the using a secret algorithm to send a man to prison. Judge Ann Walsh Bradley, writing for the court, discussed for an instant a report from ProPublica about Compass that concluded that black defendants in Broward County, Florida, quote, were far more likely than white defendants to be incorrectly judged to be at a higher rate of recidivism. So race played into it as well. So we can see that these tools are being used. We know that the New York City Police Department is using a lot of AI-based pre-crime software. We know that universities have produced things like the Sentient World Simulation, where you basically can have 7 billion nodes, a node for every person on the planet, an avatar for every person on the planet, and they can simulate things and events and see how they play out and how people would respond to them simply by taking all your information and plugging it into this massive simulation. So AI is becoming much more invasive in our life. It's becoming much more, let's just say, damaging. I mean, for all of the benefit, is it worth it the way that we're going down this road? I, for one, don't think so. Now, I'm not poo-pooing AI, and I don't think that we can't use it and incorporate it into our lives, but I will tell you that the way things are going now, and the motivations that drive it are going to drive us to destruction, and it will not be our salvation. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below and visit our website over at thedailysheeple.com. Have a great day, everyone.